Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So we are back with our last topic of the spectroscopy. In fact, it's the last topic of all the spectroscopic portion, whether it is UV visible absorption, IR, NMR, electronic. तो NMR का ये लास्ट टॉपिक है, दैट्स द कपलिंग कांस्टेंट. ये बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है, हर किसी एग्जाम में इसमें क्वेश्चन आता रहता है. तो कपलिंग कांस्टेंट पहले हमने जो कपलिंग लास्ट टॉपिक पढ़ा था, स्पिन स्पिन कपलिंग और स्पिन स्पिन स्प्लिटिंग, हमने वहां बोला था व्हेन वी हैव two different carbons, two different types of protons on the adjacent carbons. Let us say it is HA, this is HB. This is a different type of proton, this is different, means chemically different. For example, this is ethyl bromide. Example. So this is your ethyl bromide. So since it is attached to the bromine, this carbon, that means these two protons, they are different, this and this. So they are chemical. So they are called chemically non-equivalent protons. So when we have two different types of protons, this adjacent carbons, हमने बोला था कि इसका जो signal है that will be splitted by this HB. Likely जो signal HB का होगा that will be splitted by HA. Now, if let us say our spectrum was like it was our splitted spectrum. Let us take any example of HA. So its peak will be split by HB into 3 peaks. So 3 peaks means 1:2:1. ये हमने डिटेल में किया था. So we have this type of splitting pattern. Its height will be 1, 1, and this will be equal to 2. So this is 1:2:1. जो मैंने डिटेल में हमने 2 लेक्चर रिकॉर्ड की थी, पार्ट 1 पार्ट 2 में, बहुत एग्जाम्पल्स लेके. So the ratio, the heights will be the ratio 1:2:1. We can get that either from the binomial expression, or we can of their coefficients, or we can get this from the Pascal triangle subspace. So here splitting है because of this. You HA का peak that got split into 3 peaks because adjacent carbon has 2 peaks as per n+1 formula. Now there's a question. ये जो spacing है between these adjacent peaks. If you take the centers of this and the center of this, the spacing between the two adjacent peaks, splitted peaks, remember this, जो splitted peaks होंगे, जो ये उनके centers के बीच में जो distance है, so this is called as the coupling constant. So coupling constant is basically, so we say that it is basically the distance between the centers of the two adjacent peaks of a splitted peak. So it's called a coupling constant. See, take fine. So distance between these two is denoted by J. It's called a coupling constant, and its unit is it's measured in the hertz. That's hertz. Fine. This is your coupling constant, and very important that ये जो coupling constant है, it's independent of the external magnetic field applied. NMR में मैं कहा था कि एक्सटर्नल मैग्नेटिक फील्ड बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है. हमने we have tried our best in easy way to explain the basics of the NMR spectroscopy throughout our series. तो please go back and read that. हमने बोला था कि हम ये जो है इस NMR स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी में ये जो है we use the magnet, that's the बार में, this is the electromagnet. तो वो मैग्नेटिक जो जो मैग्नेट यूज करते हैं, अगर उसकी जो है मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की स्ट्रेंथ इंक्रीज की जाए, this will not vary. So I should say the coupling constant is independent of the magnetic field. हमने कहीं पे H0 का इस्तेमाल किया, sometimes you can see in the books B also. So it is independent of, so coupling constant has nothing to do with your applied external magnetic field. Fine. अब एक important crucial point इसमें ये है, sometimes ये होता है कि we have two peaks of two different protons, they are very close. स्प्लिटिंग पैटर्न में है, यानी फाइनल NMR है, इसमें 2 पीक्स है, दे आर नॉट स्प्लिटेड पीक्स. अब समटाइम्स यहां धोखा आ जाता है कि इट मे बी 1:1 डबलेट बिकॉज दे आर वेरी क्लोजर. ये कैसे पता चलेगा जबकि इट इज अ डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ प्रोटॉन, इज अ डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ प्रोटॉन. इट इज नॉट द स्प्लिटिंग पैटर्न. समटाइम्स वो स्प्लिटिंग पैटर्न नहीं हुआ, बट वी कैन थिंक इट्स बिकॉज दे आर क्लोजर, दैट मीन देयर इट इज, ये बेसिकली एक पीक थी, वही पीक स्प्लिट हो गई because of spin splitting. अब ये कैसे प्रूव होगा कि स्प्लिटेड पीक है कि दे आर द ओरिजिनल पीक्स? उसके लिए सिंपल सा फार्मूला ये है कि एक ही मॉलिक्यूल का स्पेक्ट्रम आप रिकॉर्ड कर लीजिए टू एट टू डिफरेंट फ्रीक्वेंसीज, एट टू डिफरेंट फ्रीक्वेंसीज. यानी फर्स्ट टाइम टेक द सैंपल, देन देन एक इस पे इंस्टेंट कर लीजिए आप थ्रू इंस्ट्रूमेंट, एक फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ रेडिएशन नंबर 1, वहां पे एक स्पेक्ट्रम निकलेगा. देन टेक द सेम एट अ हायर फ्रीक्वेंसी. फाइन. when you do that at a higher frequency, when you see अगर दोनों में कोई फर्क नहीं आया, so if it doesn't change, then the signal is basically a doublet. Signal is basically a suppleted pattern. यानी it's basically a doublet. तब कहेंगे it is a doublet. So what you do, you record the same spectrum of molecule at two different frequencies. Let us see frequency 1 and frequency 2. This is very much larger, this frequency compared to this. if अगर इसके पैटर्न में कोई चेंज नहीं आया, यानी अगर वो इसी डेल्टा वैल्यू पे आ गई दोनों फ्रीक्वेंसी, इसी डेल्टा वैल्यू पे, this is delta parts per million, then it is basically I should say then when they do not change after using two different frequencies, so we say that it's basically a doublet. एक ही पीक के दो सप्लिटर है. But if they are different peaks, then definitely they will go far apart. Higher frequency पे you can see the spectra are slightly far apart. So if the spectrum comes like this at a higher frequency, then we should say this is not a doublet, because they are basically two different peaks. अगर splitting pattern में कोई change नहीं है, exactly we have the same spectrum, same distance between the two peaks, then we say that this is basically a doublet. So this is all about how can we differentiate this. Then moving further about the coupling constant, कुछ main चीजें इसमें बहुत ही important चीजें हैं. Coupling constant can be of different types. एक होता है if sometimes we have a carbon, on that carbon we have two different types of protons. ऐसा भी होता है sometimes. एक ही कार्बन पे two different protons are present. They are chemically non-equivalent. इस कार्बन जो rest of the environment है, that will be different. So this type of proton, they are called vicinal protons. We know that. So we say it's a vicinal protons. So it's called geminal protons. So they're called as geminal protons. And अगर हम इनका जो है एक्सप्रेस करेंगे कपलिंग इनके बीच में, so this is called as a gem coupling. So gem coupling means when we talk about the coupling between the two protons or interaction between the two protons which results in splitting of the NMR peak. So this is called as which are on the same carbon. So we say this is called as a gem coupling, geminal coupling. And then to express that, हम J से denote करते हैं इसको J, and then we'll write here geminal, that is GEM. So that means geminal coupling. तो geminal coupling कैसे vary हो जाती है? In nutshell, we'll plot a graph here to understand this geminal coupling. This is a graph where this is the values of J, plot values of J, in hertz are cycles per second, this axis, and on this side we'll plot the angle. कि इनके बीच में कौन सा एंगल है, how they vary with the angle. अगर एंगल बहुत कम हो जाता है तो what will the coupling constant? If we increase the angle, what will the coupling constant? So we'll start it from here. We'll keep 100 here, 100. Then we'll give 110 here, degree, 120, and go to 130 here. After so many experiments, the graph has been observed to be like, okay, we'll first fix this is 30 scale, and this is, let us say, minus 30. This is minus 20, fine. This is minus 10. This is minus 5. It is 0. This is positive scale. So ये basically minus में है सब coupling constant. And then so the graph is like इस तरह का ग्राफ इसमें मिलता है. That is when you increase the bond angle between these two, you go on stretching them, go on increasing the bond angle. So if you increase the bond angle, the coupling constant is increasing, यानी इसका negative value lower हो रहा है, देखिए, and then it becomes flat here. That after that around 120, 130. So we should say If the bond angle is wider than 125, we observe the positive values. यानी 125 से आगे जब ये 125 क्रॉस कर लेता है, then we have only positive values. I should say it's around it's around 125 यहाँ पे. So 125 पे you have almost zero values here. थोड़ा सा रफली बन गया यहाँ पे. So around 120, 125. उसके बाद में ये और it's going in the positive direction. That means so beyond when you have the angle between these two is above 120, 125, the coupling becomes stronger. That is, the values become positive and more positive. So this is one way. Now there is a second way. मैं यहाँ ज़्यादा इसको डिस्कस नहीं कर रहा, just briefly. The second type of coupling, that is the vicinal coupling. Vicinal coupling means when we have two protons on the adjacent carbons. Let us say this is one proton here. This is a compound. Let's say we have some CH3 here, and this is H. So this and this proton, so it is on the carbon which has CH3 one side. This is on the carbon which has H. So this proton and this proton, they are different protons, chemically non-equivalent. They are on the adjacent carbon, so they will couple each other. Their coupling will result in the splitting of each other's peak. So this type of coupling, it's called as vicinal coupling, because the protons are called vicinal protons. So the coupling between this is called a vicinal coupling. So this is second type, vicinal coupling. So we write it J, vicinal. The coupling when you have between the two protons when they are on the like the vicinal. ठीक? So इसका अगर हम plot देख लेंगे, the vicinal coupling between the two protons when they are on the adjacent carbons. Oh, sorry. Sorry, this is so when we talk about the two protons which are on the adjacent carbon, sorry, this is cis condition, sorry. So this is called cis condition. So when we have two protons on the adjacent, so when you have single bond between them, so two carbons के बीच में हमारा single bond होगा, that pi bonded condition is called cis. वो भी एक होता है, इसको J cis बोलते हैं. So when we have this type of a compound which are on the adjacent carbon, they are separated by some single bond. So we are talking about interaction between this and this proton. So when we talk about interaction between this and this proton, we are separated by this single bond. So we say it's a vicinal coupling. तो vicinal coupling के लिए plot a graph. We have, as usual, this is the angle between the two. So ये basically diagonal angle बन जाता है. इसके बीच में और इसके बीच में angle कौन सा angle है? And if this is here and this is here, so the angle between this and this. So if you plot a graph, then you have here G value on this side, cycles per second or hertz, and this is angle scale, angle between these two. तो वो एंगल बन जाता है डायहेड्रल. एडजेसेंट कार्बन में ये प्रोटॉन और ये प्रोटॉन के बीच में एंगल इट्स कॉल्ड डायहेड्रल एंगल. So we have scale for 0 here, right? Then we have here, let us say 3, and then we have here, let us say 6. So then we have 9 here, right? On this side we have 20, 40, 60, 80 degree, and then we have 90, that says 120, let's keep it 180 here, 160, and so on. So if you plot a graph how the J value between these two protons on the vicinal, which are on the vicinal carbons or vicinal protons, coupling between these vicinal protons is it varies like 390. It's like this. So look at this type of graph. So it first decreases, you increase the bond angle between these two. So in दो के बीच में, for example, it's like this. This one, this finger points, it's on the adjacent carbon. And this says that it is on the carbon which is towards me. So angle between these two, this angle between these two, इनके बीच में जो angle है. So this proton, this finger points me that proton on the carbon which is far away from me, and this finger means proton which is on the carbon which is towards me. So angle between these two, you have to imagine that. So it's called as a diagonal angle. So if I vary that angle between this and this, then after 90 around you see the value is decreasing, plus value. Us case में it was negative. After that is increasing. That means when the diagonal angle is 90, your coupling constant is around, it's 0. So when the diagonal angle is 0, when the angle is around 0 and around 120, that is जो दोनों carbons के बीच में angle, दोनों protons के बीच में angle is 0 and 120, the coupling constant is maximum. यहाँ पे because your angle is around 60, 70, 80. So when it is going towards 180 and when it's going towards 0, जब दो के बीच में angle is 0 or 180, if they are opposite, the coupling constant is maximum. So when they are at 90 degree to each other, diagonal angle, the coupling constant is around 0. Okay? So we should say whether diagonal angle is 0 and 180, 0 and 180 degree. When it is 0 and 180, the coupling constant is larger. It has a good high value. When the J is around 90, और 90 में ये देखिए ये थोड़ा सा even 0 से नीचे भी है. It's close to 0 or even is less than 0. It's even going negative, slightly negative when the angle is 90. Fine. So this is your another coupling constant. In general, ज़्यादा detail में नहीं जा रहा हूँ at this level, at a UG level. In fact, ये useful भी है ये concepts at the higher level also. And then we have इस तरह से जो मैंने अभी example ली थी, अगर दो कार्बन्स के बीच में जो पाई बॉन्ड्स पे अटैच्ड ऑन दी एडजेसेंट, इस तरह का एक कंपाउंड है हमारे पास, वी हैव CC पाई बॉन्ड. सो दिस एंड दिस दे आर कॉल्ड एज सिस प्रोटॉन्स. इनके बीच में जो कपलिंग है दैट्स कॉल्ड एज सिस कपलिंग. इस तरह से इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द कपलिंग बिटवीन दिस प्रोटॉन एंड दिस प्रोटॉन, इट्स कॉल्ड एज ट्रांस कपलिंग. तो एक ट्रेंड है हमारे पास दैट G जो ट्रांस वाला है तो इसका वैल्यू लार्जर होता है देन J cis, even then it's larger than J gym. तो ये बहुत ही यूजफुल आ सकता है क्वेश्चन इसमें. ये जो ट्रांस कपलिंग बिटवीन द टू प्रोडक्ट्स आर ट्रांस टू ईच अदर इज लार्जर देन cis देन जिम. सो आई बिलीव दिस इज इनफ फ्रॉम होल स्पेक्ट्रोस्कोपी. मैंने कोशिश की है. I usually try to look at your level, UG level, BSc level, or you can even sometimes go to the concepts you can be helpful in the MSc also. और इसमें कुछ concept मैंने include किए कि that will be useful in the NET also, or that will be in the JRF and 10+2 lectures में ऐसे question. और भी जो competitive related exams है इसमें भी कुछ portion आता है, but I have tried to minimize it and make it simple. But still there are enough concepts you can actually be helpful here and at the PG level. This is all from the spectroscopy. If any question you have from this, or if there's anywhere you feel there's a mistake somewhere, please write down again here. makandchem@gmail.com. You can also write me here if you are from outside India. So if from India, you can straightforward go for here. Outside, you can use 91 code and you can contact me here. So I will be happy to answer it. And in case you need any special lectures to be recorded, you can contact me here. Till then, stay